James down the paint. Bronny James.
So if you have not been paying any attention as of late, Bronny James has been tearing it up in the G League. All those professional analysts, everyone that has hated on Bronny, they are all looking like fools right now. And I know what you're gonna say, yes, it is the G League, but we all have to remember that Bronny should still be in college. He still should have had time to develop. Even Michael Jordan played multiple years in college, so he was rushed into the league. He was the most talked about player in the draft class as the 55th pick. He had so much pressure on his shoulders for no reason, and all he has done since coming into the league is locked in, learned, and gotten better. And he has even had a few good moments in the NBA as well. I know Bronny kind of had this life handed to him on a silver platter, but you gotta just be happy for him because he has worked so hard, he's made no excuses, and he seems pretty humble. And like I said, he just puts his head down and works, and it's really starting to pay off. So in this video, I'm gonna break down some game film, but before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. We are so close to hitting 45, and all I can say is thank you. Alright, so I'll get into the G League film, but let's start off with the real deal NBA game film, because even though his first few appearances was quite the struggle, the expectations and attention was just unreal, and you could tell he was nervous. I mean, I would have been nervous, but now he has finally been able to settle in. Even though he obviously still needs to develop and deserves a lot of time and freedom to do so, some of that James bloodline has been revealing itself. Starting off with this play right here, right off the bat, this shows how much confidence Bronny is starting to gain. At the beginning of the season, he would never take command like this. He brings the ball up the court, patiently waits for the screen, and drives right in. And even though he is 6'2", he was calm and collected and hit the floater with no problem over the taller defender. And then in transition, Bronny channeled his inner D'Angelo Russell with the no-dip 3. And Bronny really has been taking advantage of the disrespect given to him by opposing defenses. You can't leave him open anymore now that he has settled in. But for real, if Bronny every day can take hundreds of reps with the no-dip shot, that really could become an asset of his game. And it's something that most players can't do. Part of that is because most guys are taller than 6'2", so they don't need to, but still, it is an asset either way. And then this play right here, this was the one where it was like, okay, Bronny's got his confidence, because you could tell he was looking to score. Alex Len comes into his left and sets the screen, which forces the switch, and Bronny went to work on the center. And he really showed off the bag, creating the separation and draining the step back 3. He even made the Utah crowd get on their feet, and even though I know Bronny is far away from becoming consistent with stuff like this, the ceiling is there, and that is all that matters, because Bronny is literally my age. That's what so many people fail to realize sometimes, or at least it feels like that. Now to the G League, we've all seen the poster dunk, but he has been doing so much more. Against the Valley, we saw Bronny once again up top, taking and making some step back 3s. We have seen him take charge with the ball in transition and be a true point guard. We've seen him dish it off and so much more. Right here, I thought this play was pretty impressive. Bronny took the ball left around the screen, turned the corner, and with his left, he put up a weird angled one-handed underhand scoop floater and rolled it right in, showing some tremendous touch. This is actually a shot with a very high degree of difficulty, but he made it look smooth. And then with around 6.6 seconds left on the clock, Bronny had to work fast to get the last shot off. He stutters left, then crosses right, and this is how you know he is starting to get comfortable. He did not rush at all and waited until there was no time left to get a shot off. And he also used his body to get physical and create separation, and he knocked down the jumper at the sound of the buzzer, and you could see the smile on his face afterwards. Now let's look at some more of the James bloodline and pure athleticism on display. Even though this is only the G League, which obviously is a step down from the NBA, not many players can successfully complete a lob starting at the free throw line. But when Bronny caught this ball, he was already at the rim, and from there he was able to lay it in. I mean, I don't know how much more Bronny has to do to prove the rest of the haters wrong. I think a lot of people are starting to hop on the bandwagon, but the James family will always have some haters for whatever reason. And while there are haters, people have been noticing the success. Let's take a look at what some people have had to say.
How did Bronny look out there, in your expert opinion?
Play with a lot of confidence. He's play with like he was more comfortable. But this is what this year is about for him, to be able to go down there, play, and get the minutes and be able to do what he do. So to me, he looked good, though. He looked good. But like Kenyon said, yeah, he should be down there a little bit more and being able to get more reps up.
Most definitely. Ken, you previously said G League is a graveyard for most players. Obviously, Bronny in a different situation, getting that contract.
There's a plan, right? The plan should be, he's been averaging 23 for how long now?
He played 5 games, averaging 23 points, so
he
5
should
regular
be-
season games.
It should be that for, like, let him just stay there, man, and do that.
I really agree with what Gilbert Arenas and his crew had to say in this one. Like I talked about earlier, Bronny skipped out the development phase of his career in college, so instead of constantly moving back and forth, I would love to see Bronny get to stay in the same spot and environment and just ball, because he looks good, man, and I have not forgotten about some of the hate that he got before the start and during the beginning of the season. Roll the clips.
The LeBron-Bronny thing was an absolute charade and a mockery of the game. I've said it before and I'll say it again, Bronny James is the first Make-A-Wish NBA player in the league's history. If that's historic monumental, so be it. But Bronny James, the player, the spectacle he is, I just can't stand it. And look at how LA treated him. This guy, 3 minutes in the game, did absolutely nothing, bricked a 3, then told to sit down, go to the side, you're back in the G League. I mean, is that a moment, or is that just something being forced manufactured and pushed on the public?
And I think that his son hasn't necessarily been able to handle the hype, the expectations, and the negativity. And that therefore it has really made him look at it, and I'm speaking of LeBron, in a different way, right? All the great players, they can handle criticism. KD, all these guys, they don't get caught up in that. Listen, the reality, though, is now everybody's got an opinion, right? We used to say opinions are like assholes, right? Everybody got one.
I completely understand at the time that Bronny was not showing his full potential. In fact, at the beginning of the season, he was trash. But people in the media talking about the hate and saying things themselves were only part of the added pressure, whether they want to admit it or not. Obviously, it's going to be a while before Bronny can become a real NBA role player, but I really do think he can get there in a short amount of time. I'm not sure if he's done growing or not. I haven't done that research, but if he can get to 6'3", and if he can put on a few more pounds, I think he can become something. And that would break a big trend. Because look at Jordan's sons, look at the sons of some of the NBA's greatest players. They never really got anywhere. With their basketball careers. But I think Bronny's trajectory is looking different, but I'm very curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below. That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.